Prodigy versus A. Hey, real quick, we're going to have to leave. I'm sorry. AK has just locked in Steve. We are no longer.
No.
Go back. I'm sorry.
Okay, you guys can go back to Big House.
Yeah,
then.
my fault. My fault.
all of you that have been sent
Booker
back
does
over.
not look very happy.
No,
Wait, Jackson says Booker does not look very happy, but
He didn't look happy a second ago, and then he started saying Steve.
he says,
so.
He's like, oh. A name that could strike fear in many Smash player. We got AK Steve. You know, it's been a reliable pocket. He actually pulled it out against Chrono, so he was saved from the Ditto. Yeah, I'm expecting an interesting one as AK has already taken a set off of Coolkid in 3-0 fashion. Games were close at some points, but that was a whole different character. And Steve, as we know, is a whole different beast.
we get the funny animation, but it's only a little bit of friendly fire damage down below. Steve is a pretty nasty place to be. Anvil's raining down, lava at the ledge, but Coolkid still finds the way back. Dash attack on a little bit more damage. Not going to let the blocky man back to his mining booth at all. He doesn't have many resources to work with either because Coolkid has just kept up the pressure all through his first stock.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting here. T-Joe, one of the few projectiles that just ignores wall completely because it goes right up and over the thing. So while it may delay a little bit, it actually makes, 3-high walls not as safe as they usually are.
Yeah, and usually it is like an unpenetrable fortress. Yeah, running under the block, though, does limits your movements a lot. You can't jump out from under it. You're going to have to run to either side. And one of those sides is a deadly Anvil dropping down. You don't mess with those down tilts. Just wait out the blocks. Coolkid's got the right idea. He wants the forward air. He's trying to confirm this kill. He's pretty close on it, but resources have now been mined. Apollokage has been able to find his way around Coolkid for a long time. He's got diamonds from next stock already.
Yeah, exactly. AK's already kind of stacked and set up. He could go for a couple more iron if he really wanted to, but you see here, he's starting up the offensive train, and this is what is tough for literally any player in the game, is to get past literally the 10,000 things Steve can do.
A missed reverse grab, though, is going to spell the demise of AK's first stock. He's taking some damage for getting out there and grabbing diamond, but it's going to pay off. Having it earlier makes your combo breakers a lot more deadly and makes you able to convert much more effectively.
Yeah, you see it here. Okay. AK actually completely out of mass. We said that he was A-okay, but now he can't place blocks, can't use minecart, can't use Anvil.
Right there, too. It does give him a little bit of a stall, though.
All right, the down throw. Nice.
Wow, this has been so much pressure off of just a couple combos from Coolkid. Still no more mining from Apollokage. He's taking a little bit of his time. He's not doing it even here in between exchanges, and that's going to steal the stock. 3 Constellation Iron off of his respawn. He mined just a couple more blocks, so not nearly that terrible spot he was in a second ago. But in order to get back to stage, he's got to keep burning into that very tight pocket.
Yeah, I mean, and this is making Steve look a little bit tough, but the issue is that AK has not found time to actually mine up resources. As soon as he gets those, literally all the wacky shenanigans he wants to do will be back online.
Coolkid makes this matchup look very positive. Honestly speaking, the way he's able to just stick on his opponents, get so much aggression. Finally, though, a good hit has been landed for AK. Yeah, and he is able to buy enough space to keep up that mining. The gold does good damage, but he's going to have to get back to mining to get another more sturdy resource pretty darn soon. He's very far behind on this stock already. The ledge trump, something we see Coolkid do very, very consistently. He's going for it again, but the roll is a good, quick option from Apollokage. That's a wild trade.
Yeah, I don't know why that clicked, but the dash attack actually ends up taking the stock regardless. Coolkid up 1-0. Takes his first game against AK.
Coolkid now canonically has a game off of AK.
Yep, there you go. And that's good for the Coolkid timeline.
Yep. Canon events, in parentheses, good. Well, now here's the interesting question: is what do you ban against AK Steve?
I don't know.
And not a lot of great options, honestly. I mean, he does still have the option of switching back to Snake at any time.
Yeah, I mean, he has a whole
Pokemon
set.
Stadium 2 left open. But I don't know, Coolkid doesn't really have any problem with that. I mean, when he knows he's going up against Snake, he's been leaving it open. But Apollokage is not going to let that opportunity go. He's not gonna throw going to secondary if it's already been beaten. Like if that was really confident, as a win for him, he'd keep going for it. But it just doesn't make any sense here. With all that money on the line, $1,000 pop bonus, like even AK isn't going to let that thing go waste.
Yeah, I think the difference between first and second is a couple hundred at least. So these two playing for a lot of cash, you know, even though Cool Kid a little bit young for, you know, having triple digits already, but, you know, hey, whatever. It is what it is.
Grenades doing their job. They're stopping another forward arrow from connecting. Not a kill-threatening one, but that's just a continued extension of all that damage that Coolkid has been doing. Finds a down smash and nearly into triple digits. Apollokage has to respect some of these hitboxes a lot more already, but Coolkid steps right onto the C4 as it falls right above his head. AK setting up the grenades, getting ready for the next stock, and immediately called out by a big Thunder.
Yep, here we go. Welcome to Two Stock, ladies and gentlemen, and we are starting off hot, even with the misinput RPG, but Coolkid almost made it look like the intentional option.
Yeah, this is a classic, though. We've seen the matchup already. Look at those pivots. My man knows the circle, and he's walking right in it.
Yes, indeed. And I mean, we saw that was the big money move for AK in their first set. That up tilt just took way too many stocks from Coolkid for him to have any recourse.
Okay, we've seen Coolkid get shield breaks with that same gambit before. He's looking for it again against the likes of Apollokage. Going low for the down air is not going to quite land. If you hit either Cypher or Apollokage himself, it would be a really big benefit looking at drop, covering some ground with the back air, but there's so many nades. The back air of Apollokage as well covers a lot of ground.
All right, so here we have it. AK, you know, doing his grenade shenanigans. Actually ended up blowing himself up twice. Funny that he ends up losing his stock on that advantage state due to his own miscues, and Coolkid's so smart to capitalize off of it.
Coolkid is still plenty warm from that nail-biter match against Deathspade, and Apollokage isn't just stifling the competition like he had been earlier in that 3-0 series on winner's side, going up high. He's not really been prepared for some stuff like that Thunder. It's been a really, like, every once in a while that call-out comes out and it's like a pretty exciting thing, but he's really consistently finding against Apollokage in this match. Something traded there. Is that just
it was
like
up
dash?
tilt. He traded with a grab. Yeah, that happens way too often where if the snakes match up tilt, there's just like, if it gets a certain amount of frames in, that hitbox is already out, and you grabbing him only makes him closer. Only brings him closer, and that up tilt sits home game 2.
A deadly embrace between the two characters. Snake taking the upper hand of it. He was looking a little messy through that, and Coolkid's doing a great job keeping up the pressure, which is definitely the best thing that he does. We get the run back once again. That one looked very much within the realms of the possibility for Coolkid, dying extremely early on the last stock and keeping it in the drill.
All right, here we go. On Town and City, we got game 3 of Grand Finals. AK Coolkid, the first seed versus the 15th seed. This young kid, what's the dark horse coming into the bracket and made his way all the way to these, you know, ultimate
Grand
match.
Finals.
Yeah, but alas, so far AK looking dominant as he's just getting damage after damage, and Coolkid has not hit a meaningful hit until that Thunder puts him in a very good scenario here.
Yeah, I like that he's willing to do that. Just if you're sitting around dropping grenades and all that, like, I'll jump on you, just get my big like aerial smash attack on you. Like, if you're letting me do that, I'll happily take like 10, 15%. Whatever it is. Not the air dodge we wanted.
Yeah, AK seems to have missed the ledge there. As you know, in Smash Bros, you're supposed to grab that so that you stay onto the stage. But
good tips. Coaching on Fiverr.com with Big M.
Yes, coaching with Caleb, you know. That's how it goes.
Okay. I like that Coolkid is waiting out the grenades because Apollokage has the tendency to just drop one nade and then wait, see what the reaction is. He's waiting for some aggression, but if he's only dropping the one nade, it's not pulling the pin on more. There's no reason to go there while he's got active hitboxes. He's just waiting to go out. The anti-air up tilt. This has done so much work for him.
Oh man,
that's probably like the 10th stock we've seen go down to it.
Yes, of course, and especially if you're counting their winner's side set, you know, it just only makes it count even higher.
Yeah. Coolkid is really good at picking up the grenades, and that can be really beneficial because you can use it against Snake, and you can like build your own kill confirms with it. It's some pretty cool stuff, and we see him going for it sometimes, but if Apollokage manages to land any hit on you while you've got that thing in hand, you're in for a world of hurt.
Yeah, using the opponent's moveset against them is always going to look very flashy and also be very effective. You know, it's the optimal strategy. If AK's not cooking his grenades perfectly, you should grab them and use them against him. You know, don't be afraid of the explosives. What you should be, though, is those explosive thighs as the up tilt once again takes the stock.
Yeah, and we're seeing that come out once again when,
Oh, wow.
Not the hitbox that Coolkid needed for the true spike. Instead, the tech opportunity being given away, it just allows us to get more Apollokage as he mounts up in damage. He's heavy enough to take quite a few of these blows, and stuff like dash attack that Coolkid really likes using, like out of neutral to find some cheeky kills, just are not working most times against Apollokage. Apollokage has room to just up tilt. That's like 3 of those up tilt deaths have come from a dash attack attempting for a kill.
So
Takes a moment for a drink.
Yeah, he took a sip of Dasani there. I think that's only going to debuff him, as Dasani, not quite water.
Not quite water. Oh, sitting on the grenade for a little too long. Pretty even on the percentages, and he's probably going to even it up here with the combo. 2 up airs going out. There's a grenade in hand somewhere in between those.
Okay, yeah, we're really putting Coolkid in the blender, and that grenade up air every single time AK pulls out that combo, that kill confirm, it just shocks me because it feels like he has so much more time than any other Snake in the business.
These are looking so close throughout most of the game, and then Apollokage just shuts it down like 80% with the last stock. And you go, oh, I thought we were like, you know, midway through that stock or something, but no, Apollokage just shutting it down. This is getting close to the end, potentially. Apollokage is still looking very dominant. He's gotten the Snake a couple times, and now this is match point, potentially the last game of the entire tournament. Back to Town and City. I don't know if that's good for Coolkid. I don't know how many options he's really being given by Apollokage in the banning process, but AK used this so well. Yeah, standing up on the platforms, dropping C4s from above and grenades, has also given him extensions for stuff like up tilts high up, and oh.
That was smart. Only if he had some kind of KO option. Does he have the lightning loops into the up air bridge? That would be...
we go deep for it. We're not quite finding it. We have an opportunity to get off the ledge. Down air's not being quite as nice to Coolkid as he needed for those spike hitboxes coming out a couple times in a row.
Yeah,
big damage regardless.
Oh, we still find the stock, actually.
Nearly a 0 to death off of shield breaking Apollokage. This stock. This is a great start to the game for Coolkid. He's got to do his best he can to hold on to it, though, despite all these like surprise jump scare kills, especially up tilts and up airs.
Yes, indeed. Man, I mean, Coolkid, honestly, having the bracket of his lifetime. You know, I've been told that this is kind of the furthest he's made in this type of bracket. And so what a bracket to put your name on the map with. Beating so many great players, and now giving AK a run for his money. And I mean literally his money, because there is a lot of money on the line in this matchup here.
Forward air stopped a little bit short with the trade. Okay, Thunder called out. We're lightning looping back, but doesn't quite hit with the hitbox. Up till barely out of kill percentage. Another one is going to do it, though, for Apollokage. Yet another thing to worry about against this slotted player.
Yeah, and it just feels like a lot of times AK can just overwhelm the mental stack with the 1 grenade, 2 grenades, C4, Nikita, and then all of a sudden he just brings it back down to the 1 brain cell with that up tilt, but there goes the Thunder.
It's fascinating that has been the most consistent kill option for Coolkid against Apollokage, and you see every time Apollokage is up in the air, he's falling right below him, threatening with that Thunder Cloud. A 2-stock lead right now for Coolkid over Apollokage.
Yeah, and this is the most dominant we've seen Coolkid in a single game against AK. Even counting that Steve game, this is looking pretty much in Coolkid's favor.
Oh, nice. The back end of the upper finds it. Smart grenade isn't going to blow up quite fast enough to save Apollokage from this blender's already up to 80%. No forward air, no down air, and no ledge for Coolkid. He's lost his first stock, but he made plenty of use of it. More shield pressure, no shield break with this one, though. Yeah, coming out, but he's dodging right through.
That SD reminds me, once again, Treasure, of that little cool tip I put earlier on. You do need to grab the ledge to stay on the stage in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo
Rule
Switch.
number 1 of learning from Caleb, you got to stay on the stage.
Yes.
Or at least find the ledge at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, those grenades are taking a lot of the hits from the Thunder. From Thunder Jones. Oh my God! Yeah, another Thunder. Amazing stuff following Apollokage all the way up to the top.
And the lightning strike is inbound here. That grenade to Thunder gonna be such a sick way to push us to game. Wait, is it?
This should be game 5, right?
Yeah, game 5.
We do have, another game already won against the Steve from Apollokage. He's definitely not going to feel comfortable pulling that one out again against a player that can take him all the way to game 5 with the solo Pikachu throughout today's bracket. The hat comes off for a moment.
Regaining going right back on.
Got to represent for Luffy.
I don't know. AK shaving his facial hair gives him a little bit of that childlike wonder that Luffy usually has. But
Whoa,
speaking of childlike
changing
wonder, indeed, Coolkid gets the straw hat. He dons it only for a second.
Oh, I thought he was looking at his phone, but it's that stage list
Yeah,
card.
it's the freaking stageless card.
Our big man at Booker, the real Chase DeWitt, printed, got a custom made a little plastic card, like it's like 3 times as thick as a debit card. Engraved in it
Yes.
is the Midwest stage list. Of course, what we are running today this whole weekend. So
Not just
great
the
little thing to
Midwest
look
stage
at.
list, the Midwest Unified stage list, Trevor. It's very important we get that distinction because eventually it will be globally unified,
The
right,
global-
guys?
the global unified stage list. Soon we'll get there. I just want to know what the
Someday.
stage list is at a tournament anytime I go there. Please, please. I don't want to have to look up the start GG to know what's happening as a commentator.
All right. So we have a lot of interesting things going on as that C4 is trading bodies. He, like, nothing else I've ever seen before.
Small shield. Thereafter, all the hits come into play from the Thunder. Barely any damage found by Coolkid throughout that stock. And it was really hard for him to find some space to get in with the C4 claimed on him for so much time. Even if he got it on Apollokage for a little bit, it is so much more threatening on him because he does not have a trigger in hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Great use of the grenade, like we were saying. It's a really useful boon if you can find a way to use it against Snake himself. More Thunders on shield. Anytime Apollokage is up there on platform, getting poked out again by the grenade as well. This one's going to stop any further pressure for the moment.
Oh my goodness. That's like the 5th consecutive Thunder that Coolkid has put out there on that right side of the stage.
He's threatening another one yet again, just keeping pace directly under Apollokage. Forward tilt isn't the F smash that could have sealed the stock. He's still having a hard time struggling once again with Apollokage at 150%. Down air is the coverage option for the roll out, and it's not that scary compared to the grenade.
Oh man, and Coolkid just slightly losing all these scramble scenarios, and now all it takes is one up tilt for AK to find himself in the lead.
Yeah, wait for that grenade to run its timeout. C4 set, and now the offensive grenades start coming up. We're tossing this one up. It's a little air burst as Apollokage comes on back. He's got plenty of tools to get back to the stage. A funny trade there. Leaves Coolkid plenty safe, but still at a lot of percentage as Apollokage finally loses his first stock this game.
Yeah, I think Apollokage just called that stock forfeit and said, hey, if I can hit this forward air on Coolkid, I will actually take him down with me. But unfortunately, sits up instead of down, and now we have Coolkid in the lead.
A little pivot right underneath Snake. Okay, low percent grab is really big for Pikachu. He's going to keep this thing going. It's only into up air percentage. He's made 66% off of Apollokage's respawn, holding the shield as the explosives rain down. He's commanding the mid stage.
I mean, Coolkid really wants to get this set off of AK. You know how big that would be on your resume, and I mean,
that would be insane.
It would be
insane.
It would be nuts to get it so early on in your career. But there goes the C4, actually taking Coolkid. The positioning was just barely off, and now he finds himself at a very tough position. Game 5 against AK, down to stock. Do you have what it takes, Coolkid85?
Oh, the air dodge was baited out early too, but he's just looking for a simple. Oh. Up tilt, not nearly as strong as the other options that he could have found potentially in that situation. Percentage are starting to mount up. It's hard to avoid that with all the grenades coming around. They are a constant tick damage for both players, but Apollokage have another stock to deal with. There's a lot of fire coming at him right now.
AK has to watch it on these platforms. His shield was getting so low, and then eventually the dash attack actually takes it. We're on last stock, Treasure.
Last stock lasted in Game 5 Grand Finals. Coolkid versus Apollokage right now. Yeah, we don't want to linger on the C4 for too long. Even at 55%, it's not a kill, but we really need to avoid damage as much as possible if we're Coolkid right now. Another grenade in hand is actually going to be a benefit because it drops right back onto Apollokage. Convert with up air. He's not going to quite land anything more. That famous up tilt makes us land, and the up air to finish things off and confirm the championship of 66 Games